love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
A pleasant good evening back out to Founder Stadium. Andrew Rogers, glad to have you alongside back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman took the first game of the series and first game of the day by a final score of 8-1, trying to go back-to-back and get a sweep of the doubleheader this afternoon here at Founder Stadium. Tom Griffin's bunch back in the road orange uniforms. Win number 2 on the road this year. Trying to get a third one here today, and they'll go up against Andrew Dye. He is today's starting pitcher for the Saints. He's a 5'11 junior from Boone, North Carolina. The 5'11 junior will make his 5th start of the year. He's appeared in 7 games prior to this start. His last 4 appearances have been starts, and his last one, maybe his best one. It's at least its deepest one. He went 8 innings and allowed 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. He went 8 innings against Tusculum last time out. He is the starting pitcher, and he'll face Trey Miller, and starts Miller out with a ball low. We're underway at 5:31, just beyond the 5:30 hour. It's still 53 degrees outside, and the sun is still shining as Miller hits this one off the end of the bat. It'll be flipped by the starting pitcher, Dye, over the first baseman today in Game 2, Cody Schneider, for the first out of the inning.
Carson-Newman, left fielder number 36.
And now Nelson Smith. Carson-Newman's batting order is the exact same as it was. In fact, the only thing that changed for Carson-Newman and Tom Griffin's team is the starting pitcher. It's Mason Mooney here in game number 2. First pitch to Nelson Smith is downstairs, and it's a ball low. Nelson Smith with solid production, a couple of RBI base hits in the win for Carson-Newman earlier today, and he rips one foul down the line. It's 1-1. Smith 2 hits and 2 driven in game number 1 today. He was one of 3 different Eagles to record multiple hits in the opening game. Fans out a fastball, and it's quickly 1-2. Smith rips one down the line in left field. It will stay fair as it one hops up against the base of the wall. Nelson Smith rounding first, and he's got a one-out double. He slams on the brakes after rounding second. How about the left fielder? He continues to rake at the plate here this afternoon. His 3rd hit of the day, and he's got Carson-Newman in business to start the first. So an excellent start to game number 2 for Carson-Newman with Smith's double, and now James Denton, who takes ball 1 off to the outside corner from Andrew Dye. Eagles faced off against left-handed starting pitcher James DeLoach, and he was phenomenal. 7 scoreless innings. They got to the bullpen, though. That left-handed pitcher was giving Carson-Newman problems. They'll face righty Dye here in game 2 as Denton fouls one back. It's a ball and a strike on the Eagles' first baseman. Ballant, Bose, McLean, Potts, Gibson, Gibbs round out the rest of the batting order. Identical from game number 1 as the 1-1 in from Dyes on the inside corner. Denton went after it, says the third base umpire, and it's strike 2. Well, by the time we had got off the air from game number 1 until I ate a sandwich at the end of the bottom of the 5th inning, and Carson-Newman softball scored 9 runs in that sequence. It's 11-11 in the bottom of the 6th inning against Newberry. 4-run 4th, 5-run 5th. How about the Eagles? I mean, they did it last week against Catawba, and they surged back from 9 down and have tied the game at 11 heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Incredible. We'll keep you up to date with that score as we go throughout the rest of the day. Here, 2 balls, 2 strike count. The right-hander, Andrew Dye, comes set from the stretch. A look back at the runner, a glance, and now the pitch to Denton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. James Denton down on strikes swinging, and there's 2 outs for Mitchell Ballant. Good offering from the right-hander Dye. With the breaking pitch, and with 2 outs, it gives way to Mitchell Ballant. Righty Dye comes set, the 2-out offering to Ballant as a strike. Swinging by Mitch. The Eagles have won 6 in a row in conference play now, and it's their 2nd win of the season. Here's a pitch that just glanced to the outside and away for a ball. Eagles erupted, and now when you look through and how things have played out for Carson-Newman this season, when they score a lot, when they play well offensively on the road, they have success. Both wins this year on the road, they've scored 8 runs. So we're not going to set a magical number at 8 as there's a rip to short. Fielded by Peter Adams on one hop, throw across in time. Well hit baseball by Mitchell Ballant, right to Adams, who fields it off a hop and throws out Mitch to end the first. Eagles get a 1-out double from Nelson Smith. He's stranded aboard. We head to the bottom of the first. Mason Mooney gets the ball for Carson-Newman in Game 2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Mason Mooney gets the ball for Carson-Newman in game number 2. The right-hander gets the rock, or gets the baseball out there. The senior from San Jose, California, will make a start here for Carson-Newman. So far this year for Mooney, he has appeared in 34 career games, 8 career games this year as Adams checks his swing and fouls it over top the first base dugout and out of play for strike 1. Mason Mooney gets the baseball for Carson-Newman and Tom Griffin's team here in game number 1. He's making his 5th start of the year. Gets Adams to swing and miss at an 0-1 offering, and it's 0-2. In 3 previous starts, as the 0-2 pitch breaks low and away, ball 1. 4 innings against Mars Hill, 3 innings against Tusculum, 6 innings against Mars Hill on the March 4th at home. And then UVA Wise last week, and he went 4 innings. So he's been able to give Tom Griffin 4 innings of work. Here's a ground ball left side. High throw from Trey Miller. That sails out of play. A routine ground ball and a rare mistake from Trey Miller at short. Rarely will you see him make an error from his shortstop position. Over sails the throw to Denton. And Limestone is in business now in the first. Noah Love to the plate now for the Saints. Team that got a bunch of runners on board early on in the game. In game 1, it was a scoreless game through 7. This ball gets away from Ballant, and Adams will trot to third. So the Saints have a guy 90 feet away here in the first from scoring. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss by Love for strike 1. Here's a swing and a miss by Love again. It's 0-2 quickly. Righty Mooney's worked ahead here after the early base runner allowed. And now the 1-2, high on a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trey Miller has been pretty solid at short this season. He's made 8 errors this year. It's a ground ball through the left side, and Limestone strikes first. And RBI base hit for Noah Love. And the Saints are able to strike first. The error taken advantage of early. Miller's 9th error of the year. He's pretty sure-handed most of the time on that side of the infield, but made an error, allowed Adams to get to second base. He advanced on a wild pitch, and Love drives him in. It's 1-0 Saints. Unearned run charged to Mooney, and now he'll face Zach O'Malley. And the throw over is not in time. On the pickoff attempt, ground ball right side. This is going to sneak through the hole. A chopper that Gibbs couldn't get over to. Runner moves from first to third, and the Saints have taken advantage of the error, and they're making things happen in the first. Limestone has completely forgot what happened in game 1, and that late surge from Carson-Newman has gone right to the bat rack, and has made hay off of Miller's error at short. They've got back-to-back hits and have runners on the corners against Mason Mooney. So, give you a look at the South Atlantic Conference scoreboard. Tusculum an 8-7 winner over Mars Hill in the opener. Newberry in the opener of that series. Here's a foul ball. Grounded foul. Newberry 11-4 over Wise. 3-2 West Georgia takes down Emory and Henry non-conference game there. Catawba 10, Coker 8. Wingate smothers Lenore Rhine 9-1. Anderson a 1-run victory over LMU as a called strike taken by the cleanup hitter here in game at number 2, Clark Burrows. He came on as a pinch hitter and reached base in that first game. But those are your scores heading in, and if you look at the standings now, as this throw down from Ballant on the pitch high that Denton has to sky up to get on the throw down to first. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. But the South Atlantic Conference baseball standings heading into this game, a 4-way tie for first. Newberry, Lenore Rhine, Catawba, Carson-Newman, and a 4-way tie for first as Burrows drills one out to left. That ball is well out of here. A 3-run shot for Clark Burrows. And Limestone is breaking this game open early. Hanging, breaking ball on a 1-2 pitch delivered out of the park by Clark Burrows. And that thing sailed well out of here, his first of the year. He's mobbed by a bunch of Saints players from the dugout. And how about Limestone?
Number 28, Wyatt Stone.
Here in the first. He only scored 1 run in 9 innings in game 1. Nobody out in the first inning. They've got 4 here in the first on 3 base hits. And now Wyatt Stone with the bases cleared, and he'll swing at the first pitch, line it foul down the left field line. Burrows had to deliver that ball over the blue monster out there and left. Again, that elevated fence. And he bombed it out of here. Pretty much into the trees. 0-1. Low and away, ball 1. So heading into this second game, this second slate of action, Newberry, Lenore Ryan, Catawba, Carson-Newman all 6-1. Tusculum is 8-2. Wingate is 6-4. This ball is hit down the line, foul again. Lefty Stone continues to take it the other way down the line and left, but has missed foul back-to-back times. It's 1-2. Newberry is at Wise in the second game. Catawba leads Coker by a run. Wingate leads Lenore Ryan. So LR in danger of dropping 2 today against a solid Wingate team, which would send Lenore Ryan to 6-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner from 2 Stone. Mooney with his first punch out, and that's the first out of the inning. Catawba has a run lead over Coker, as we mentioned. Newberry and Wise don't have an exact score on that yet. See if I can find something on that score. Wise held on for a 13-12, or check that. Newberry held on for the 11-4 win. Newberry's up 10-5 there at Burchell Stoward Field in Wise, Virginia in game 2. So Newberry is going to probably be 7-1 when the day's set and complete. Here's the 0-1. That is grounded foul into the dugout. Heads up, third base side is James McCallum getting the start here in game 2. Grounds 1 foul. He's the catcher in today's game, making his 9th start, batting $160. The senior from Atlanta, Georgia. 0-2 from Mooney. A breaking ball that breaks well out beyond the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning. Carson-Newman softball has a run lead, a 12-11 lead, top of the 7th, 2 outs in that game. Swing and a miss. McCallum well out in front of the slider from Mason Mooney, 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts, a good response from the senior right-hander to record back-to-back punch-outs after the 3-run bomb. And now Giovanni Lombardo will hit for Limestone. He is game 2's left fielder. 5 changes in the batting order. O'Malley, Love, Adams, and Stone are the only regulars, or only game 1 regulars that are back out there here in game 2. You have Cody Schneider at first base. He's on deck. And then you have Adams Fawcett in center field. He's the 9-hitter. Joining Lombardo, who's at the plate, McCallum and Burrows as guys to start in game 2 that did not play in game 1. Newberry has taken the lead on a wild pitch there in Mossy Creek. They continue to get really good games softball there at home. There's a double as well for Brogdon for Newberry. So it's 13-12. Newberry scores the tying run on a wild pitch. Next batter, next pitch. Brogdon doubles to right. And the Wolves have a 1-run lead headed to the bottom of the 7th. Or, well, still in the top of the 7th. They'll at least have a 1-run lead. And that one, good competitive matchup there. In a back-and-forth game. Softball team looking for a sweep as well as Lombardo fights one off again. This one veers foul off to the left side and out of play. Stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the first, a 4-run first for Limestone on 3 hits. Mooney's offering well outside on a fastball that sailed out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Carson-Newman at worst could head into tomorrow's action just outside of first place, but we'll have an opportunity to get back into it if they would fall here in Game 2. Here's a breaking ball that just goes low. It's 3-2. We'll have an opportunity tomorrow afternoon. First pitch for the series finale at noon. Here from Founders Stadium, Mooney's slider is tapped foul near the dugout again. Another 3-2 pitch and another foul ball. Lombardo continues to battle as he bounced that one off his foot. Gianni Lombardo getting the start in Game 2 out there in left, making his 7th start of the year. He's recorded 4 hits and a base hit at the end of Game 1 as he pops one up, skying one out to right. Ryan Potts ranges back and to his right, makes the catch, inning over. But Limestone strikes for 3 base hits, and they score 4 runs off of 3 hits, largely because of Clark Burrows' 3-run shot to left. Eagles in a little hole to start things in Game 2. It's 4-0 Limestone here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman, no stranger to being down early in a baseball game this season. We saw it last Saturday in the second game of the doubleheader with UVA Wise. Carson-Newman stormed back, and I mean stormed back from a 7-run deficit last week in Game 2. They came back from 1-0 down in the first in Game 1 last week, but they came from 7. They were down 7-0 after the second inning. Came back to win 8-7 as Sam Stern scored on a wild pitch with 2 outs in the 7th inning. But this is a team that can get it done. They have shown it. That's the biggest deficit comeback for Carson-Newman this season. As the first pitch of the second inning to Zach Bose is a breaking ball in for a strike. Comeback last Saturday as Bose swings and misses again, strike 2. The comeback was their biggest comeback since April 15th of 2011 when they did the same thing against Lincoln Memorial on the road. They were down 7-0 after 2 innings. They came back to win that game 14-12 after falling behind at 2 more occasions later on in that game as Bose pops one up, foul ground right side near the first base dugout. It'll hop out of play. So the Eagles, they're used to being in a early deficit in the second game. Swing and a miss by Bose. He chased after one in the dirt, throw to first in time, 1 out. The breaking ball from Andrew Dye, who's retired now 4 of Carson-Newman's first 5 hitters. Got given up the lone hit to Nelson Smith and now Dalton McClain. Dye's first offering breaks to the outside for a ball at 1-0. There's a ball bounced before the plate. And it's low for ball 2. Dye working with good pace out on the rubber. Dalton McLean 1 for 3. 2 RBIs in game 1 as well. And his 3 trips to the plate, and he swings and fans at a 2-0 fastball. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch, low, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out in the second inning. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Carson-Newman, it took him 7 innings to score runs and get more than 1 hit in game 1. They don't have time to wait here in game 2. This is a 7-inning second game. Ground ball left side, long throw, and it sails over the first baseman's head. Second time in this game we've seen someone from the left side of the infield just sail one out of play. That was Noah Love sailing it out of play. The third baseman fielded it cleanly, but just overshot his intended target, Cody Schneider, who didn't even try to leap. That ball was well out of play. Now the Eagles try to take advantage of an error. McLean to second, and now Ryan Potts. Limestone immediately scored a run off of Carson-Newman's error. Ended up getting 3 more in that first inning. Trying to do the same as Carson-Newman here in the second with Potts at the dish and an 0-1 count. Righty Dye comes set. A look back and a high leg kick in the pitch is high for ball 1. Ball and a strike. Dye delivers and lifts it out towards center field. The center fielder able to range over, make the catch. Well done by the center fielder, Adam Fawcett. It holds the runner McLean at second base, and there's 2 outs for Aiden Gibson.
And that brings the plate to third baseman, number 21, Aiden Gibson.
So Aiden Gibson steps to the dish. With 2 outs and Dalton McLean standing at second base. It's a 7-inning game. You got to take advantage of these opportunities, and now a 4-run deficit is certainly not easy to overcome. You don't have the extra 2 innings to work with. So when you've got runners on, it's important for Carson-Newman to try to at least slowly but surely scratch into this lead a little bit. Trailing 4-0 in the second. Right-handed hitting Gibson back into the batter's box, awaiting a 1-0 from Dye. It's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eagles with a 1 hit so far, and the 8 batters now that have gone to the plate. Nelson Smith 1 out, double to left. Dye working quickly back to the rubber. The pitch is grounded left side, fielded off 2 hops and bobbled by Peter Adams. Another mistake for Limestone infield defensively. That's a second error in the inning. And now Will Gibbs.
That brings the play second baseman, number 3, William Gibbs.
So 2 errors for the Saints. And now Gibbs. 14th game this year for Limestone with multiple errors. They did it 4 times in game 1. Here's the first pitch. Gibbs slaps at it and dribbles it through the right side, base hit. A little hit and run for Carson-Newman with 2 outs, and Gibson moves to third. It's 4-1. Well, the Eagles take advantage of the errors. The inning continues on Adams' error, and Gibbs makes them pay with an RBI base hit. Now Trey Miller, who's trying to get going at the plate. He's 0 for 6. Check that, 0 for 5 at the plate today. 0 for 4 in game 1 and grounded out back in the first. Got 2 on, though, here in the second inning, and a throw over to first to keep Gibbs close to the bag. Good day for Will Gibbs. He continues to swing a hot bat. Now 10 of 16 in his last few games at the plate. Miller shows bunt, pulls it back, takes upstairs for ball one. One ball, no strike count. Miller shows bunt, and they'll throw over to first. Tom Griffin gives more signs up the third base line as the Eagles try to play add-on here in the second. Trailing 4-1. Miller shows bunt, pulls it back, pitches outside 2-0. Well, Dye is having to make some meaningful pitches here early in his outing. Pitching with a 3-run lead, though. Just trying to get out of this inning and get his team back to the dugout with the lead. 2-0 pitch. Miller shows bunt, pulls it back again, takes a strike. Miller steps out once again as Tom Griffin delivers some more signs to his two base runners that are on the corners and to his hitter, Trey Miller, who steps back in and waits for a 2-1 offering. And Dye throws back over to first. Gibbs takes off. Miller slaps it through the left side. Base hit. 4-2. Back-to-back singles from Will Gibbs and Trey Miller. And Carson-Newman has cut the lead in half.
And that brings the plate.
And now Nelson Smith, again, all of this, though, coming after the two errors, specifically the second one from Peter Adams. And what could have been an inning-ending ground ball out has now turned into a 2-run second. And Nelson Smith tries to add on. Runners take off. Smith grounds it foul down the right side. This is what we saw from Carson-Newman a lot last weekend against Wise. A lot of motion from the base runners and being aggressive out there, and now we've got time called and a visit to come from the third base dugout. Ball's in a strike. Gibbs at second and Miller at first. Go-ahead run stands at the batter's box right now, and Smith, he represents it. A 1 pitch is lined down the left field line, but foul. Nelson Smith about tied this game with one rip. He already doubled down the line and left in this contest and nearly tied the game. He was all over. He tattooed the baseball, but did not keep it within the playing grounds. 0-2 now. That's tough. That's tough for Smith to even have to trot back into the batter's box here and pick that bat up after it looked like he maybe had a base hit. Now he's got to regroup and settle in for an 0-2 pitch. This ball is hit softly. Adams secures it into the mitt for the final out of the inning. A softly hit line drive out, but Carson-Newman grabs 2 runs on a pair of base hits from Will Gibbs and Trey Miller. It's 4-2 after 1.5 here from Founder Stadium here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Bottom of the second inning. Exciting action here from Founders Stadium and what's been a pretty exciting and eventful day here in Gaffney, South Carolina. Mason Mooney delivers a first pitch breaking ball in to the leadoff hitter at the bottom of the second inning, Cody Schneider, the first baseman, takes strike one and now pops one up in the infield. Miller calls off his fellow infielders Gibson and Gibbs, each to one side of Miller, and he makes the catch. One out, right behind the mound. Mooney sprinted out of the way so the shortstop, Trey Miller, could just field the pop-up behind the mound. That's one out. Two pitches, one out for Mason Mooney here in the second. Next pitch to Adams Fawcett is outside. Center fielder hitting .250, making his 9th start of the year, 16th appearance, 8 hits, 32 tries for the outfielder that hits from the left side. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Eagles trailing the Saints 4-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Second game of the day, second game of the series. We'll wrap it up tomorrow for Game 3, first pitch at noon here from Founders Stadium. The pitch from Mooney is called strike 2. He missed on the 2-1, and now he gets back into the battle at 3-2. Lefty Fawcett steps back in. Mooney's breaking ball is low, ball 4. And Mason Mooney has walked a 1-out batter in Fawcett, his first walk. And the first walk by a Carson-Newman starter today.
Shortstop number 1, Peter Adams.
Now Peter Adams, the sophomore shortstop. 0 for 1, had a multi-hit effort in game number 1 today. Despite the 8-1 Saints loss, the pitch from Mooney bounces, he gets away from Ballin. He'll throw down to second, not in time. That ball got away from Miller, too. Gibbs was right there to back it up, though, and keep it in the infield. But it's a stolen bag for Fawcett. Ground ball left side. Gibson fields. The throw is in time on a nice scoop from James Denton at the bag at first, and there's 2 outs.
And that'll bring to the plate third baseman number 10, number 6, Noah Love.
And now Noah Love will hit for Limestone, and the Saints up 2 here in the second. A 4-2 baseball game. Saints with a 4-run first. The difference right now. Love 1 for 1. And he pops up the first pitch in foul ground. Denton ranging over in the shade. Leans back, secures it, and stares at the baseball. And is glad that thing stayed in his first base mitt. We'll head to the third. Scoreless frame for Mason Mooney and the Eagles, trailing 4-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Andrew Rogers, glad to have you back alongside here on the Eagles Sports Network in Gaffney, South Carolina. Still a beautiful day here at Founders Stadium. Can't ask for anything more than maybe a warmer temperature out there. Mid-March, though, it's just above 50 degrees. Feels pretty good out there when you're in the sun. It's been a sun-soaked field throughout the entirety of today. Starting to see the foul territory along the right side of the field begin to get some shade as Denton fans a breaking ball for strike one. Still all the field of play is covered in sunshine. Lights have turned on, though, here at Founders Stadium. Denton drives one to left, and it one hops into the left fielder's mitt for a base hit. Gianni Lombardo could have made a diving effort for it, but he would have risked that ball then going all the way to the wall if he didn't come up with it. And he smartly, with a 2-run lead, just accepts that he's not going to be able to make the play and just lets it one hop into his glove for a leadoff base hit. James Denton with his first hit of the day. And now Mitchell Ballant. Breaking ball dips below the zone for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Carson-Newman's catcher. Pitch bounces before the plate, and it's blocked well by James McCallum. The Limestone catcher behind the dish keeps it in front. Here's a ball driven out to deep left field. Mitchell Ballant leaves the yard. He tattoos one to left, and the Eagles tie it in the third. Mitchell Ballant destroys one to left, and we are tied. Mitch with home run number 6 to lead the Eagles.
And that brings the plate designated hitter number 5, Zach Bose.
And just like that, the Eagles have overcome the 4-run first inning deficit and have tied the game. Still no one out in the third. Now Andrew Dye back to work, and his first pitch to Bose is a strike. Just the 4th home run for Carson-Newman now on the road this year. They've hit 17 as a team, 4th one on the road as Bose ropes one to left right into the mid of Lombardo, who was standing in the right position, and makes the catch. 1 out. Other home runs on the road. Denton hit his first of the year at USC Aiken on February 3rd. Ballant hit his second of the year at West Georgia on the 13th. Denton hit his second home run against Cal U. And now Ballant with his second road bomb of the year. And here's a strike to McLean. Dye quickly back to work. The pitch to McLean outside for a ball. There's a breaking ball that McLean did check his swing and went around on. It's strike two, 1-2. 7-inning game, so it's important that Carson-Newman was able to get these runs and this deficit back, and this breaking ball just missed. But you don't want to go any deeper than that fourth, fifth inning with a sizable deficit, and the Eagles were able to quickly get these runs back thanks to the shutdown inning from Mason Mooney, and the bats heating up. But the first two runs pretty much off the Adams error. If Adams doesn't make that error, Carson-Newman does not score twice in that second inning. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Dye punches out McLean. Third strikeout for Andrew Dye. Good response after the home run to get a ground ball or a fly ball, and now a strikeout for the second out of the third. And now Ryan Potts. Breaking ball, strike one. Dye's got both pitches working for the most part. The fastball breaking ball combination has been effective for the most part. This ball's ripped out to left. Warning track power, though, for Ryan Potts as Rombardo is underneath of it to make the catch to end the inning. But Carson-Newman grabs two more runs on the two-run shot to left by Mitchell Ballin. We are tied.
$5,700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Big-time response from Carson-Newman's Eagles. In the third inning, back-to-back two-run innings, two in the third, two in the second, and we are tied with Zach O'Malley to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Mason Mooney back to work, and he can pretty much hit the reset button. Anything that happened before doesn't count. Pitch was outside for Mooney for a ball as Carson-Newman trots down several relievers toward the bullpen in between innings there. They were a little late getting back there, and so the umpire initially called time. Pitch counted anyway. Here's a foul ball by O'Malley in foul ground. Miller and Gibson give chase, and it drops just shy of the fence in foul ground. O'Malley with a hit earlier today. He rips one down the line, foul. And it's a ball and two strikes now. But Mason Mooney can hit the reset button here. Gave up 4 runs in the first, 3 were earned. As he tries to hit the reset button, realizing the game's tied. Time to reset and get things going here again. Line drive right to Trey Miller. Takes one step to his left, squeezes it into his mitt for out number one.
And that brings the play for the Saints.
And now Clark Burrows, he homered for the first time this year, out to left back in the first. He'll face Mason Mooney for the second time. Got a good breaking ball he liked with 2 runners on base, and he'll try to get the Saints started here in the third. First pitch, chopped foul. Anderson 5-1 lead over Lincoln Memorial, bottom of the fourth. Wingate's 3 outs away from beating LR. Would drop LR out of a tie for first place. Mooney breaks one away to the plate, away from the plate, 1-1. Catawba 3-run advantage in the fifth on Coker. West Georgia 9-1 over Emory and Henry. Mars Hill 9-6 edge over Tusculum. That's a 7th inning score. Mars Hill is 2-8 in the league, looking to get 3-8. Tusculum 8-2. That'd be a big one if Mars Hill can hold on for that victory. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Burrows, who took a big, healthy hack at it and came up empty. Mooney back into his windup. The 5'10 right-hander delivers a fastball that is popped up right side of the infield. Gibbs just into the outfield grass. Backs up 2 steps, makes the catch, 2 outs. Line drive and a pop out for the first 2 outs of the third.
And now coming back for the
UVA Wise making a little bit of a run. It's 11-9 heading to the top of the 7th inning. So Wise making things interesting. Again, with Newberry, who is a team that is trying to hold in that tie with first place. Mooney back to work with 2 outs. He'll face the left-handed hitting Wyatt Stone, who takes outside for ball 1. Well, you look at the Eagles, what they've got coming up next weekend is huge. Carson-Newman gets Trevecca Nazarene on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Then they'll make the trip to Newberry for the 3-game series starting next Friday at 6 p.m. We'll have all that radio coverage for you online here at seeingeagles.com/audio for those 3 broadcasts. The doubleheader on Saturday kickstarts at 1 and 4 are the 2-game slated time slots before Carson-Newman returns home. Ground ball foul through the right side. That's a big series, though, because that is Carson-Newman's second road series. This is your first conference road series, first of 4. You'll get Newberry on the road, you'll get Anderson, and then you'll get Coker to wrap up the regular season on the road. You can get 2 of 3 on the road here. This is huge. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down swinging is Wyatt Stone. Mason Mooney, he's locked in. He's got 4 in a row sent down. He puts up his second scoreless frame. We'll head to the 4th in a 4-4 game here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles.
Eagles, the away team here in game number 2, a road series with Limestone. Continuing on as we head to the top of the 4th inning, a 4-4 game. We are deadlocked at 4. And a good one. That the Eagles have responded well from. 4-run first for Limestone. They scored the first run off an error, and then a 3-run shot from Burrows to left. But Carson-Newman wasted no time. They got 2 in the second, 2 in the third to tie it back up, and Mason Mooney has delivered back-to-back scoreless frames to help Carson-Newman get back in it and tie it up. And heading to our final 4 innings, we got a good one. Andrew Dye back to the rubber. Pitching in a completely different game than it was after he came back out for the second inning when he had a 4-run advantage. Now he's got to pitch in a tie game. Ground ball left side, foul off the bat of Aiden Gibson for strike 1. So you look at the grand scheme of things and how things play out. Lincoln Memorial comes to Carson-Newman for a 3-game series to end the month of March and into April. That's a big series. Lincoln Memorial 14-7, a good overall record, but is 2-5 in the league right now. And then your other home series remaining is Lenore-Ryan. And Lenore-Ryan is one of the top teams in the league. So this is an important series for Carson-Newman. They got to get at least 2 here to continue to maintain your spot atop the standings and hopefully continue to perform at a high level. Ground ball left side. And Gibson is thrown out on the ground ball to the left side of the infield, 1 out in the inning.
Now coming back with Carson-Newman, second baseman number 3, William Gibbs.
Will Gibbs shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. Eagles back above 500 before the loss to Lee on Tuesday. The Eagles had won 6 in a row, all against South Atlantic Conference opponents, although the Tuscola midweek was not a conference game. But they swept Wise, they swept Mars Hill, or they split with Mars Hill, I should say, 4-3, 4-2 wins in the final 2 games of the series as Gibbs pops one up in foul ground. This ball just lands before a fan, and I think that knocked her drink out. So a foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gibbs back into the batter's box. The breaking ball from Guy stays a little bit high, 2-2. Ground ball left side. Fielded cleanly and a strong throw from Adams. A good one to throw out Gibbs, 2 outs. You're just joining us, Carson-Newman, an 8-1 victory in game number 1.
For the Eagles, shortstop number 7.
They came back. They scored. Carson-Newman had 1 hit in 7 innings in game number 1. Erupted for 10 hits and 8 runs in the final 2 innings to secure an 8-1 victory. It was a pitcher's duel throughout as Miller pops one up on the infield. This is in foul ground for Noah Love to make the catch for the final out of the inning. Andrew Dye responds after Mason Mooney threw a 1-2-3 third. Dye responds for a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. To the bottom of the 4th, we're tied at 4, and Mason Mooney tries to keep it that way after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
The 23rd baseman, a catcher, James McCollum.
Bottom of the 4th inning in a 4-4 game. Andrew Rogers here on the Eagles Sports Network. Mason Mooney and the Eagles defense back to work in a tie game. McCallum swings at the first pitch. It's fielded by Gibson on a couple of hops. A strong throw to the chest of James Denton, who snares it on a full extension at first. 1 out.
Number 23.
And now Gianni Lombardo. Gianni Lombardo is 0 for 1. He pinch hit and delivered a base knock in game number 1. So from the bottom of the 3rd inning through the end of the top of the 4th, all of Founders Stadium in the field is shady. The sun has begun to set here in Gaffney, South Carolina, and the lights starting to make an impact on the field. So we head down the stretch of the final game of the day, a 7-inning matchup. It's a 4-4 game in the bottom of the 4th. Lombardo takes 3 consecutive balls here for Mooney and is ahead. But back to mentioning the schedule for Carson-Newman. This is a big one. This is a big series. 2 of 3 would be ideal. Because they hit the road, and you got to play a Newberry team that is having a lot of success this year. As we mentioned, a 6-1 conference slate, a 19-4 overall record. They've won 7 in a row, hoping to make that 8 in Game 2 against Wise. Fly ball to left, Nelson Smith on the run, a diving catch. He robs Lombardo of a base hit, and that's the first down of the inning. Stellar defensive play by the left fielder, Nelson Smith. Smith is a guy that has seen increased playing time because of Henry Jackson's injury that has kept him out of the lineup as of late. We don't know when his return will be, if it is this year. And so Nelson Smith has gotten the opportunity to shine, and with 2 outs now, I should say, in the 4th, it's Cody Schneider. He takes a breaking ball in the outer corner for a strike. Mooney quickly back to work as he's already into his windup of the pitch. Inside corner and high, ball 1. Mooney's 1-1. Slider breaks into the dirt, and it's stayed away from by Schneider, 2-1. Nelson Smith, a guy that had only played in 20, well, he's played in 21 games. Of the 24, 16 starts. And he had Henry Jackson in the game and starting the first 11. Him, Potts, Smith kind of rotated. They'd use either one as a DH with Bose. But of the regulars that Carson-Newman's got in the order now, Smith was the one that was kind of left out sometimes. But with Jackson's injury, certainly Nelson Smith has got the job done. Breaking pitch was called, strike 3. Schneider threw his bat to the dugout, thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's strike 3. Mason Mooney, back-to-back scoreless 1-2-3 frames. He is in a groove, and Carson-Newman back to the bat rack in a 4-4 game, trying to take the lead in the 5th. After this, here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back to Gaffney, South Carolina. 4-4, top of the 5th. Between Carson-Newman and Limestone. Nelson Smith back to the plate. Made that diving catch for the second out of the inning to rob Lombardi of a base hit. And now he gets to take his abilities to the plate and try to kickstart Carson-Newman's 5th inning. Left fielder shows bunt and pulls it back, takes a strike. Smiles back to the umpire, knew that was a strike, and could have left the bunt down. Instead, pulled it back, and he'll take strike 1. The pitch, high, ball 1. On a fastball from the starter, Andrew Dye. Smith 1 for 2. He's had a solid day at the plate. 3 total hits and 3 runs driven in on his Saturday. Big swing and a miss from Smith, strike 2. Back to the thought, though, he's been a nice addition to Carson-Newman's batting order. With Henry Jackson out of the order and injured as of late, Smith has been a nice piece that's added into this batting order, slotted in the 2 spot. He pops one up in foul ground. The catcher, McCallum, has it. 1 out.
Now brings the plate, first baseman number 20, James Denton.
Now James Denton. In fact, Nelson Smith just appearing in the 2-0 for the first time, or the second time this season. Ground ball through the right side. James Denton has his second hit of game number 2. Was 0 for in game 1. He's got a pair of base knocks, both singles here in the second game. And Carson-Newman, in a tie game, has the go-ahead run standing at first. Smith had mainly operated out of the back end of the order, 5 and 6. Got the start in the 2-hole today. McLean is normally hit in the 2 spot. They moved McLean back to 6 today, behind Bose, who's hits 5th and is on deck. Moved McLean to the 6th spot, and he's hitting there for the first and second times this season. Always shuffling that order is Tom Griffin. Throughout the season, basing it off of how guys have maybe played. Mitchell Ballin had hit in the 3 spot for 7 games. Now he's back to the 4 spot when the team is 7 and 4 when he hits there. Always moving things around, trying to find what the right piece to the puzzle. Zach Bose back to the 5 spot again. He's been a fine hitter out of that middle spot of the order. Carson-Newman's 4 and 3, make that now this season when he hits in the middle part of the order. In fact, when he's not hitting 4th, they're 6 and 3. Fly ball out to right center field. Ballin all the way to the wall. It one-hops the wall. Ballin has to hold up because Denton had to wait for the fly ball. Denton gets to third and is stopped there. Ballin nearly lapped Denton halfway to the bag at second, realized he was going to outrun Denton and couldn't do that. James was waiting for the ball to finally land beyond
hitter number 5, Zach Bose.
The outfield grass. It one-hopped the wall, and Ballin was easily able to walk to second. Denton had to hustle to get to third. And with 1 out, the Eagles in business to take the lead. The 1-out batter is Zach Bose, looking for his first hit in the second game today. Dye lifts the leg, the pitch. Bose, first pitch swinging, pops it up in foul ground. It's caught by the first baseman, Cody Schneider. 2 outs, a big second out. Bose would love to have that opportunity back. Got a pitch he liked, but did not make good contact with it. And there's 2 outs. So now Dalton McLean. This 5 through 8 part of Carson-Newman's order here in game 2 is a combined 0 for 9. McLean trying to change that with a base hit here. The pitch. Grounded. Fair ball down the line at third. 1 run is in. Balance going to score. Dalton McLean. A 2-run double to left. And the Eagles have scored 6 unanswered and have the lead. McLean rips 1 down the line at third. It just stayed inside the bag. And Carson-Newman has marched back from its 4-run deficit to take a 2-run advantage. And the inning continues with Ryan Potts. The pitch is high to Potts for ball 1. An 8-hit effort now for Carson-Newman here in game 2. A 6-4 lead. They've out-hit Limestone now 8-3. The Eagles lead for the first time in game 2. The right-hander Andrew Dye comes set. The pause and the pitch is high, ball 2. He's allowed 8 hits, has Dye, 6 runs, 4 of them are earned, no walks and 3 strikeouts. He's just trying to get out of this 5th inning and hope that his bats can heat back up. The 2-0 pitch from Andrew Dye is fouled back, 2-1. We talked about the 6-run deficit or 7-run deficit Carson-Newman came back from last week, and the second game of that series against Wise. Today is 4. The pitch bounced in. McCallum keeps it in front, though, to hold McLean at second. Eagles in game 1 with the 8-1 victory stormed and pounced on Limestone relief pitching in the 9th for the 6-run 9th inning. That was the second most runs Carson-Newman scored in an inning this year. They scored 7 in the 6th inning against Emory and Henry back on February 18th. Here's ball 4 to Potts, and now Gibson will step in with 2 on and 2 out. They also scored 7 against Tusculum 10 days ago.
21, Aiden Gibson.
And now Aiden Gibson. No activity from the dugout. There is a couple of guys running toward the pen for the Saints, but this looks like Dye is going to get the ball to try to finish this 5th inning out. Gibson shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch is in the dirt, and McCallum blocked it. Probably had an out at first, but he was looking at the lead runner, and so you didn't see that Potts was well off the bag at first, and Schneider was covering. He needed to throw it to first, did the catcher McCallum, but he did not, and so everybody stays aboard safely, and now we've got a visit from the third base dugout. Gibson at the plate, 2 aboard, 2 out, and a 2-run 5th right now for Carson-Newman. Dalton McLean delivers one, a rocket to left on a ground ball to get the Eagles the advantage. Quick visit. Dye back to the rubber. You figure they've got a right-hander loosening, and he's throwing quickly. You figure maybe that he gets maybe this batter, depending on how long it takes, and that's it if he doesn't get the out. Gibson shows bunt. It's a breaking ball that is outside again, ball 2. The pitch, low fastball, ball 3. Here's a strike now. 3-1. Gibson finally sees one come across for a strike. The pitch. Runners were taking off, and Gibson fouls it back. Dye back to the rubber, working from the stretch, trying to get the Saints out of this 5th inning. Gibson trying to extend it. The pitch is poked out to center. Should be an easy catch for the center fielder. It is. It's Fawcett ranging to his right, takes a step in and makes the grab to end the inning. But Carson-Newman adds 2 runs. Dalton McLean delivers a 2-run double down the left field line. Carson-Newman's got its first lead of game 2 and will send Mason Mooney back to the rubber. And he'll pitch with the lead for the first time today. How will he do? We'll find out after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
We head to the fifth, and the Saints will bat for the first time today, trailing. The first time in game 2, I should be specific. Adams Fawcett will lead it off, 9-1-2, due up for Limestone. In the fifth, bottom half, Mooney back to work. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to short. It takes a bad hop, and Miller has it bounce away from him. And the leadoff guy is aboard. That's a tough play for Miller. It takes an awkward hop right after it gets beyond the infield grass. It's going to go down as Miller's second error. It was hit right to Trey, but it just bounced weird in an awkward way, and Miller could not adjust quick enough. And so Fawcett reaches to start the inning. Adams shows bunt, takes the pitch outside for ball one. Carson-Newman does have a guy stretching out beyond the bullpen. You can't tell exactly who's throwing, but there is activity. One ball, no strike count to Adams. The pitch, grounded left side foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 6-4 game. The Eagles trying to add on to their best start in league action since 2018. A bunt down the line at third is fouled by Adams. 2 strikes now on him. The Eagles are off to their best start in league action since 2018. That team opened up 6-1 before finishing the year, 16-11 in third place in the SAC. The last time the program won more than 6 of its first 7, you got to go back to 2013. It was the opening. That year. They opened 9-1. 1 ball, 2 strike count as the righty Mooney comes set, and he'll throw to first to keep Fawcett close to the bag. Well, again, if you're just joining us, this is the second game of the doubleheader. It's a 7-inning game, so essentially in a normal 9-inning game, this is serving as the 7th inning. Critical times for the Saints bats to get going. The pitch is lifted out toward right. Adams is going to fly out to the right fielder. Potts, who ranges over to make the catch. 1 out. The Eagles 8 outs away from a 7th straight conference victory.
And that brings the play for the Saints. Third baseman, number 6, Noah Love.
They entered today with 1 road victory, and they're trying to leave Founders Stadium with 2. Noah Love to the plate. He's 1 for 2, and he fouls the first fastball he sees from Mooney off and out of play. Pitch is lined to left, and it's right to the glove of Nelson Smith, who makes the catch, ranging back for the first out. Check that second out of the inning. Nice play. Smith ranged back, did a good job recognizing where that ball was going to go and end up on a hard hit line ball by Love. 2 outs. And a ground ball. It's chopped hard and high over Denton into right field, base hit. This will send the runner to third, and 1 hops into the mid of Gibson. And with 2 outs, 2 are aboard for Clark Burrows. So things getting interesting now. Tom Griffin jumps up out of the first base dugout, and he'll chat with his starter. Runners on the corners, 2 outs in a 6-4 game. Infield joins Tom Griffin. No change on the mound. It looks like this is Mooney's game here to get out of this 5th inning. He'll face Clark Burrows for the third time I should say today. He's got him out once, and he gave up that 3-run shot back in the first. A 3-run shot here would give the Saints the lead. Curious to see how Mooney and the Eagles pitch to Burrows here. You've got that runner, you got that base open at second, the runner at first and third. See how they pitch to Burrows here. First pitch, low ball 1. Don't want to give him anything really good to hit like he had back in the first inning, because one swing of the bat for Clark Burrows and the Saints gives them the lead. His first home run of the season back in the first. 1-0, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Saints with 4 hits. They haven't scored those since the first. Mooney trying to keep him off the board for the 4th consecutive inning. The 1-1 pitch. Line in the left field, base hit. Right in between a hole. Gibson and Miller could not converge in on the hard hit line drive by Clark Burrows, and it's 6-5. And now Wyatt Stone.
That brings the play, second baseman number 28, Wyatt Stone.
Well, Burrows does his job. He advances the runner O'Malley to second with 2 outs, and Tom Griffin up out of the first base dugout. This may be it for Mason Mooney. And he has given the signal to the bullpen. Mason Mooney trying to get the Eagles out of this jam, but he's going to be pulled with 2 on and 2 out. And the Eagles will turn to a right-hander. We'll tell you who it is after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
All right, Hunter Harrington gets the ball for Carson-Newman in a critical situation. 2 aboard, 2 out in the 5th, and a 1-run baseball game. The righty goes right to work, in the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Runner takes off. Throw is never going to be made. Balance slipped as he went to make it. And it's 1st and 3rd. A base hit will score the tying run. That wasn't really a wild pitch. That was just Ballard not really securing that outside pitch. And it got away enough to trickle near the backstop. Not all the way to the backstop, but near it. If Ballard doesn't slip, he makes a good throw, he probably gets the runner at third base, O'Malley. But he did not step cleanly to make the throw. The pitch is an outside corner strike, 1-1. Hunter Harrison is a junior from Huntersville, North Carolina. The 6'2" junior right-hander makes his 10th appearance of the year, a 4.57 earned run average, 25 strikeouts to 11 walks. Makes his 38th career appearance at the collegiate level, and his fastball just missed for 2-1. Made 8 appearances in 2021 at Marshall University. The transfer has a fastball, changeup, slider pitch selection. Righty comes set, the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Meaningful pitches here at Founders Stadium. Mars Hill defeats Tusculum 10-9, the final. Third loss in sack play for Tusculum now. Here's the 3-1. It's fouled out of play. Hard hit foul ball. Over top the third base dugout. 2 strikes. Biggest pitch of the game to this point. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a 6-5 game in the 5th. And a 7-inning game. This is a big one. The pitch. Grounded. Over top Harrington. Miller can't get to it. It's in front of the bag at second. A run scores at 6-6. An infield single on a ground ball hit over the top of Hunter Harrington. Miller couldn't get to it initially before it got to the bag at second and took a ricochet off the bag. Gibbs tracked it down before it got too far away, and the game is tied. And now it gives way to James McCallum, and it looks like the Saints are going to make a change out on the base paths. So with the go-ahead run at second, they're going to bring Clark Burrows into the dugout, and they're going to get more speed out there.
Yeah, the pinch runner for the Saints coming in.
It'll be Brock Balsley. So Balsley will come into the game and run at second. He represents the go-ahead run. Tough for Harrington. That's not an easy play. That's just a ball again that is hit in no man's land. And it was so softly hit and high enough hit over Harrington, he couldn't make the play. And he breaks a pitch into the dirt for ball 1. Just like that, the Saints answer Carson-Newman's 2-run double for McLean to tie the game. Righty comes set, marking from the stretch, and the pitch. Inside fastball nearly drilled McCallum. The catcher, who's 0 for 2 today, nearly had a free pass. The 2-0. Inside corner, ball 3. And Harrington has fallen behind. The 3-0 is a strike at the letters. The pitch, grounded foul on the 3-1, so a good response here by Harrington. He fell behind 3-0. He's worked back on McCallum, 3-2. 2 runners on, 2 outs, 6-6 game, bottom of the 5th. The righty Harrington comes set from the stretch. The payoff pitch, called strike 3. McCallum flipped the bat to the dugout, thought it was ball 4. Instead, the breaking slider is called strike 3. We head to the 6th. It's 6-6 here from Founders Stadium. We've got another good one in the second game of the doubleheader here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Top of the sixth inning, and Limestone sends a new arm to the rubber. They'll send right-hander Wyatt Stone to the mound.
Now in the game.
So Wyatt Stone, the freshman infielder.
Pitching now. Change positions, number 28, Wyatt Stone.
He moves from second to the mound. So Stone into the game. He's recorded 4 outs in his only appearance this year. He's from Fountain Inn, South Carolina. They bring in Peyton Reel to catch, or to play second, I should say. He's the new infielder. And the pitcher is Wyatt Stone, a freshman. He got 4 outs, an inning in the third against Tusculum. We walked a guy and struck out 3. So he is the new arm, appearing in his just second game of his career in a big spot. So 9-1-2. Will Gibbs will try to kickstart the 6th. First pitch from the right-hander is a strike. Six game, 0-1 offering to Will Gibbs. Outside ball 1. Will Gibbs with a base hit and RBI in this game. He had 2 hits in game 1. He has 10 hits in his last 6 games at the plate. Continues to swing a hot bat out of the 9 spot for Tom Griffin's team. 7-inning game. We got 2 innings scheduled left. It's 6-6 right now. Pitch is low to Gibbs. It's 2-1. So both games of this doubleheader, the game has been tied heading into the final 2 frames. Earlier it was 0-0 for 7 innings before Carson-Newman broke it open in the 9th and held on for an 8-1 victory after going up 2-0 in the top of the 8th. Ground ball up the middle. Adams ranges to his left. Fields throws out Gibbs. Out number 1. Good play from Peter Adams. Behind the bag at second. 1 out.
It's about the top lineup for Carson-Newman. Shortstop, number 7, Trey Miller.
Trey Miller, and the top of the order. Trey has not had the best day at the plate. Just 1 hit in the 7 tries for him today. Had a single in his last plate appearance. It's been the top part of the order for Carson-Newman here in game number 1 as a breaking ball stays high for ball 1. In game 1, Carson-Newman's first 4 hitters were a combined 3 for 17. Here's a fly ball out to high, or straightaway center, a high fly ball that is eventually caught by the center fielder Fawcett. 2 outs. Miller retired for the 3rd time today in game 2. But Carson-Newman's first 4 hitters had struggled. Now today, they're responsible in game 2 for 6 of the 8 hits, including this guy, Nelson Smith. He's got a hit back in the 1st inning. He's 1 for 3. He's got 3 hits on the day. Denton and Ballin each have 2 hits out of the 3-4 spots as well. Slider from Stone missed low, ball 1. One ball, no strike count, 2 outs. Righty Wyatt Stone looking for a 1-2-3 sixth inning. Smith fouls one back, and the home plate umpire needs new baseballs. After that foul ball. The 1-1 is just below the knees of Nelson Smith. 2-1. Pitch is popped up in the infield. Adams calling off his fellow infielders. He makes the catch, inning over. A 1-2-3 inning for the converted second baseman Wyatt Stone. He goes from second to the mound and throws a scoreless 1-2-3 sixth. Eagles back to work. Hunter Harrington back to the rubber in a 6-6 game as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Welcome back to a chilly Founders Stadium. Andrew Rogers, glad to have you here all throughout today's action. We've got a good one brewing here. It's 6-6. In the bottom of the sixth inning, Saints need a run and then 3 outs. Eagles need 3 outs and then a run, and then 3 more outs. As we begin to dip toward 50 degrees and cooler on this Saturday evening at the ballpark. First pitch to ball 1. This is the bottom. Righty Ballant back into the batter's box, waits for an 0-1 from Stone. It's a slider that goes away from the right-handed hitting Ballant, ball one. Carson-Newman trying to complete the doubleheader sweep and take its first road series of the year. And a throw over here by Stone to keep Denton close to the bag. Good crowd holding on here in game two. And they're getting another dandy. Low fastball to Ballant. It just missed. The Limestone dugout not too pleased with the call, maybe thinking that was right there. It was just below the knee, says the home plate umpire. It's ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. With Denton standing at first base after he drew a leadoff walk. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Denton takes off the throw down. Got him. They're going to say they swiped the tag from behind. The umpire out toward the bag at second kind of looked to the home plate umpire for the call. And Denton tagged down. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out now. Ballant grounds one through the left side, base hit. Well, if Denton doesn't take off on the hit and run, it's first and second, no 1 out. Instead, Carson-Newman reads sets and has a runner at first with 1 out.
And that brings the plate.
That's sometimes where your aggressive base running can come back to bite you in that case. Ballant was unable to put it in play on the initial base hit. He'll check out, and they'll bring Sam Stern in to run at first. So Zach Bose will step to the plate. A Stern into the game to run. He represents the go-ahead run. Pitches low to Zach Bose, ball one. Meaningful pitches for Wyatt Stone, who makes just his second career appearance. Pitch, a strike to Bose as he tries to become the hero. In the 7th. The 1-1 pitch. Inside corner, ball 2. Sun just barely peeking through what is now an overcast sky here in Gaffney, South Carolina. Coach Tom Griffin once again gives his team some signs. Denton took off on a 2-1 pitch. Will Stern do the same thing? He will. Bose slaps one through the right side. Base hit. The hit and run works this time. First and third with an out in the 7th inning. Eagles send the go-ahead run to third. A well-executed hit and run. Ballant couldn't get it done initially. Bose delivers. He throws his hands at an outside fastball and does enough to get it into right field for a base hit, with the second baseman having to travel over the bag at second. And Peyton Reel opened up that right side of the infield for Bose to knock one through. And now Dalton McLean will have an opportunity to give the Eagles the lead. Time calling as the umpire's got an issue, I think, with his gear. I can't tell what the issue is with the home plate umpire. Some of the Limestone infielders are going to go get their sunglasses real quick. They're going to test them out, and actually they're going to keep them with the second baseman Reel, actually. Third baseman Love was testing him out initially with the sun just peeking through enough. And they're going to put Dalton McLean on. So not going to face McLean, who's 1 for 3. They'll face Ryan Potts. And this sets up a force out everywhere with 1 out.
And that brings the plate.
And now Ryan Potts.
Number 22, Ryan Potts.
He has a chance to deliver. And now we'll have a visit and maybe a pitching change to come with it as well. The bases are loaded. We're tied at 6 in the top of the 7th inning. Can the Eagles drive in the go-ahead run? Don't think we actually signaled for a pitching change just yet. Looked like there was a signal, but maybe not. So no pitching change. I think they're going to keep Stone in the game. With the bases loaded in the 7th inning. And strategy here for Limestone. Obviously, you could play your middle infielders back to try to get a double play ball, but you risk the speed of Potts at the plate. If he can beat out a ground ball and a throw to first, you risk giving up that run if you decide to lead your middle infielders back in double play depth. Corners will definitely be in. We'll see how Limestone sets up defensively. And maybe that's what some of the conversation that was had between Brett Harker, the head coach, and his infield was. And it looks like they will stay in double play depth. So the corners are in. They're right at the infield grass line. The middle infielders are playing in double play depth. The righty Stone to work. And he fires a ball outside to Ryan Potts. Ball 1. Potts has delivered a go-ahead base hit this year. A go-ahead walk with 2 outs in the 8th in a tie game. And he flares one to right center field. This one is going to drop in. Base hit. The throw home is cut off. Ryan Potts, a flare to right center field. An RBI single. And it's 7-6. Ryan Potts delivers. An RBI single to right center, and the Eagles have the advantage. And they want more. Aiden Gibson now to the plate. As of now, it's a game-winning RBI. It would stand for Potts. It would be his 2nd game-winning hit of the year. Still work to do for the Eagles. They'd like to have some insurance as Gibson shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1. That was actually a strike, I should say. The 0-1 to Gibson is a slider that breaks at the knees for a called strike 2. Tough spot for the young freshman Wyatt Stone to step into. Hoping to at least get the 2nd out here of the inning. In a 7-6 game. That at one point, Carson-Newman trailed 4-0. The pitch, Gibson lines a fair ball down the left field line. 1 run is in. The 2nd is rounding 3rd. Here comes Potts. The throw, not in time. A 3-run double. Aiden Gibson delivers. It's a 4-run 7th for Carson-Newman. It wasn't hit all that well, but it was hit well enough down the line at 3rd for a base hit.
Second baseman number 3, William Gibbs.
Gibson, the 4-run 7th inning. Gibson delivers it, and it's 10-6. A 12-hit performance now for the Eagles. And now Will Gibbs. Gibbs shows bunt, places it Right back to the pitcher. Stone fields cleanly as throws in time, 2 outs. So Gibbs bunts the runner Gibson to third, and with 2 outs, it's Trey Miller. What a crucial and critical hit from Aiden Gibson down the line at third. Again, it wasn't hit that well, but it was hit well enough and just stayed inside the left field line to stay fair. And now a breaking pitch from Stone is a strike. That's deflating if you're Limestone. Once again, you're in a position in the later innings. Both games today, the game was tied heading into the final 2 innings. But Carson-Newman has erupted down the stretch to pull away. As Miller takes outside, it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1, and it hits Miller in the back. Stone's breaking ball never broke toward the plate. And with 2 outs, the inning continues for Nelson Smith.
At range of plate, left fielder number 36, Nelson Smith.
Smith 1 for 4. He's got 3 hits in the 2 games combined today. An opportunity to drive in another run or 2. Righty Stone comes set. Miller takes off. The pitch is a strike. No throw to second. Miller easily into second base. So now 2 in scoring position. And a base hit for Smith will make this 7th inning lead for Carson-Newman even more comfortable. The righty Stone set, the 0-1 to Nelson Smith. Another fastball on the outside third for a called strike, going 2. If you're just joining us, Limestone scored 4 in the first inning and led 4-0. Carson-Newman chipped away, scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third to tie it. The Eagles took the lead in the 5th, 6-4. Limestone answered with 2 in the 5th. And now a 4-run 7th inning has Carson-Newman ahead 10-6. Smith gets one off the end of the bat, foul. Stays alive in his 5th plate appearance of the day in Game 2. The 2-strike pitch. Outside, ball 1. Catcher McCallum was setting up way outside anyway, wanting that pitch from Wyatt Stone to come to the outside corner. And now the 1-2. Ground ball left side in the hole. Adams fields a long throw. Just gets Schneider. That throw pulled Schneider off the bag. And boy, it looked like that back foot definitely came off the bag. Instead, the ump calls Smith out. And some of the Carson-Newman faithful said that is really awful from the umpire just below me here from the press box. But Carson-Newman scores 4 times in the 7th. They're 3 outs away from a second road victory today and the 3rd of the year. Looking for the road series victory after this here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 6...
To Stone, fouled back again. He's fouled 3 consecutive pitches off from Hunter Harrington. Winning pitcher would be Hunter Harrington if this result holds.